Hello and welcome to the lectures on the course State Space Approach to Control System Analysis and Design. Today's topic is State Space Representation of Transfer Functions of Dynamical Systems. Before this, I had covered the introduction to standard state space, and we also saw examples of mathematical modeling of few dynamical systems based on the first principles. In conventional control, which relies more on the frequency domain approach, the dynamic systems are described with the help of transfer functions, which is a input-output descriptor of the system. It is defined as the ratio of the Laplace transform of output of the system to the Laplace transform of input of the system, or this ratio GS is YS by US. And you might have come across this kind of a block diagram in which we have the transfer function GS, we have the output YS here and the input US here. So in the conventional control, most of the time the consideration is to the single input systems. That means Y is single output, U is single input, and this YS by US is ratio of two polynomials. We move ahead. When we do the study on the basis of state space based approach, then the focus is obviously on the state vector. But still there is an interest, there could be interest in input-output relationships or the transfer functions of the systems. This we will see in this lecture that how on the basis of the mathematical model in the state space or given the description of system in terms of the matrices A, B, C and D of the system, how to obtain the transfer function of the system. We also obtain the state space representation of dynamical systems from transfer functions. So this is, as I said, this is the thing to be done. We know that the standard state space model representation of dynamical system is given in this form. This is called as the state equation. On the left hand side we have derivative of the state vector x. So x dot equal to ax plus bu, and the outputs are given by y equal to cx plus du. So in this, as I told, x is the state vector, u is the input vector and y is the output vector. The dimension of state vector is n, the dimension of the input is m, and the dimension of output we assume is p. So accordingly the matrices A, B, C and D are respectively n by n, n by m, p by n and p by m are respectively of these sizes. These equations, if we take Laplace transform of these equations, then from the first equation we will have, because this is x dot, so on taking Laplace transform it will give sxs minus x0, and A is a constant matrix, so we have A as it is, and xt gives xx. Similarly bu gives b times us. And we do the rearrangement of terms. We bring this term onto the left along with this one, and collect them together. So we will have Si minus A times Xs equal to X0. X0 is taken on the right. Si minus A times Xs equal to X0 plus Bus. This Bus is brought as it is. Here I is an identity matrix of the same size as of A. Now we pre-multiply both the sides of this equation by inverse of Si minus A. Si minus A inverse. This is going to pre-multiply all the terms of this equation. So we will get Xs equal to Si minus A inverse X0 plus Si minus A inverse Bus. If we take the Laplace transform of the output equation, it will give straight away, we can see this equation, Ys will be C times Xs plus D times Us. This is the equation which has been brought here. Now in this what we do is, we substitute in place of Xs the expression which we derived earlier. The expression which was derived is this one. So this expression we substitute in the Laplace transform of second equation in place of the Xs, and it will yield this thing. Ys equal to C Si minus A inverse X0 plus C Si minus A inverse Bus plus this Dus will come here as it is. And because in the transfer functions we assume initial conditions and 0, so this X0 we will substitute as 0. So this reduces to this. Ys equal to C Si minus A inverse B plus D Us. Now if we compare it with the definition of the transfer function, remember it was given Gs is Ys by Us, or it can be written as Ys equal to Gs Us. So if we compare this expression with this expression, we can write Gs as C Si minus A inverse B plus D. With the only difference that in case of seesaw systems, Gs is a ratio of polynomials. However, here Gs is a matrix and each element of the matrix is ratio of polynomials, and it is called as the transfer function matrix. Now with that background, we move to representation of transfer functions into the state space. So far we considered how to obtain transfer function given the state space model. Now this kind of a situation may arise because the only description of a subsystem within a larger subsystem or within a system may be available only in the form of the transfer function. We might have modeled the rest of the system on the basis of the first principles. However, we are now given the transfer function of the part of a system or a component of the given system, and we have to utilize the transfer function to obtain the state space representation. So we have to learn how to do this, and obviously there are a number of standard forms which are available for doing this, and these forms are called as canonical forms. And a few canonical forms are first and second companion forms and the Jordan form. So in this part of the lecture we will concentrate on the first and second companion forms, and the Jordan form description will be taken in the next video. So we consider a transfer function which is ratio of the output of the system, Laplace transform of output of the system to the Laplace transform of input of the system as this. The numerator is a constant k and the denominator is a polynomial in S of degree n, in which the coefficients a are constant coefficients, all ai's are constant, and k is also a constant. Now we are going to consider how to represent it into the standard state space form. So what we do is we cross multiply the terms. So what we obtain is by cross multiplication of this denominator to the ys, Sn ys plus a1 Sn minus 1 ys and so on up to an ys, and this cross multiplication of us to k is simple, it gives k times us. Next what we do is we take the inverse Laplace transform. So s power nys becomes dny. a1 s power n minus 1 ys becomes a1 dn minus 1 y and so on. And here dky is derivative of y with respect to time, kth derivative. This has to be kept in mind. So once we have done this, then next is to select the state variables. And in the companion form representation, the state variables are the outputs. The output is selected as the first state variable, and the next derivatives are considered as the next state variable. So first state variable is taken as the output itself. The first derivative of y is taken as x2. Second derivative of y is taken as the third state, x3, and so on. Likewise, n minus 1th derivative of y is taken as the nth state variable. And this dny is this term. It will obviously get represented in terms of these, in which any will be an x1, an minus 1 dy will be an minus 1 x2 and so on. So this dny will get represented in terms of the state variables x1 to xn plus ku. This is done in the next place. So this is this one. However, before that we have, because we introduced the first state as y. So x1 is y, and that means x1 dot is y dot, and y dot was identified as x2. So we have x1 dot as x2, x2 dot as x3, and so on. Xn minus 1 dot equal to xn. And as I was telling, coming to this equation, we take all these rest of the terms to the right, and we substitute y equal to x1, dy equal to x2, and so on. So we get xn dot equal to minus an x1, minus an minus 1 x2, and so on up to a1 xn plus ku. And that means we obtained, on the basis of this, x dot equal to ax plus bu, x is x1, x2, etc. up to xn, and a will be the coefficients generated on the basis of this, and b will be nowhere the input term is appearing, so it will mostly contain 0. However, the last equation is having a k, so that k will appear in the b. And the output y, we have seen that the first state x1 was identified as y. That means y is x1. So the output y will be c times xt, which will be only comprising of x1. So based on this knowledge, we can write that A matrix will be like this. x1 dot is x2, so we have all zeros and x2 coming here. x2 dot is x3, so 1 is coming here, rest all are 0, and so on. And the last state was containing all the coefficients. See here, this one. So this is coming here in the last one. So this is the system matrix A. Now if you observe it, it has a very interesting appearance. You can see that it is if we look at it in this way, then we see that its first column contains 0 for elements 1, 2 up to n minus 1, and the remaining n by n minus 1 by n minus 1 matrix, which is here, is an identity matrix. This is n minus 1 by n minus 1 identity matrix, and the coefficients of the denominator of the transfer function, they appear in the last row. You can see they are here. So the system representation by matrix A is having a very nice appearance, in which there are zeros in the first column up to n minus 1 terms, and an identity matrix n minus 1 by n minus 1 size, and the coefficients of the characteristic equation or coefficients of the denominator appearing in the last row of the matrix. B, all elements are 0 and the last element is k. This is a column vector, mind it, because I have put a T here, the transpose. And C, because output comprises of only one state x1, so C is having a 1 here and rest all zeros. So this is the first companion form representation of the system. This general case in which numerator is also a polynomial in S of a degree m, and the denominator, as before, is a polynomial of degree n as before. So this is given here, and we have to now represent this system into the first companion form. We considered the case in which the numerator was just a constant k. So so we move ahead, and what we do is we introduce a new intermediate variable, which is z, and we write the given transfer function ratio ys by us as a product of two ratios, ys by zs multiplying zs by us. And in this, ys by zs is essentially the numerator of this given transfer function. This is here, that is represented by ys by zs, and zs by us is containing essentially the denominator of this transfer function. Numerator is 1 here. So this one is identical to what we did before, except that in place of 1 we had a k. So the state space representation of zs by us will be similar to the one which was done before, and identifying the state variables z, dz, d square z, etc. up to n minus 1th derivative of z as x1, x2, etc. the n state variables, that this polynomial can be expressed into the standard state space form by this, where A will be the first companion form matrix and B will be the corresponding input matrix, with the difference that in place of k we have a 1 here. And what we do is, looking at this other ratio, this ys by zs, we have to cast the output equation appropriately. So what we have is, for the output equation, this ys by zs, this thing, we cross multiply the terms and we get ys in terms of linear combination of zs and various powers of s. So we have ys as b0 s power m zs plus b1 s power m minus 1 zs and so on up to bm zs. And if we take the inverse Laplace transform, then yt will be b0 mth derivative of z b1 m minus 1th derivative of z, and so on up to bmz. Now we identified z as x1, dz as x2, dm minus 1z as xm, and so on. So y gets represented in terms of the state variables z like this: y equal to bm x1 plus bm minus 1 x2 etc. up to b0 xm, and remaining terms are 0, so 0 times xm plus 1 etc. up to 0 times xm. This is when m is less than n. However, if m is equal to n, then this y will be bn x1, bn minus 1 x2 etc. up to b1 x1, plus another term will come. This is because d power nz gets represented in terms of dn minus 1z, dn minus 2z etc. up to z. So dnz is substituted in terms of the state variables x1 to xn, and that is multiplying to b0. So y gets represented in terms of the state variables x1, x2 etc. through these coefficients as bn minus an b0 into x1, bn minus 1 minus an minus 1 b0 x2, and so on. So that is the difference. In case of m less than n, we have some terms non-zero, remaining terms 0. In case of m equal to n, we have all the terms, and they are like bi minus ai b0, and of course b0 u also appears. So this is the general case of the that companion form, the first companion form representation, and we see that if m is less than n, then C matrix contains some non-zero terms and remaining the terms are 0, and in case m is n, then C have all the terms non-zero like this. And A and B matrices are as before, they were given in one of the previous slides, which is given here. So these are the A and B matrices. C matrices, I am coming to that slide again. C matrix is either this, which is for m less than n, or this, which is for m equal to n, and of course that D matrix will be B0. So this is the first companion form representation of the system. Now we come to the second companion form representation of the system, and as before, the GS, the transfer function, is given as ratio of two polynomials, and at the beginning itself we assume that the numerator polynomial is of degree n here, and denominator polynomial as before is of degree n. So this is nth order system represented by the transfer function GS, the ratio of Laplace transform of y to the Laplace transform of u. Now if we cross multiply the terms like this, then we have Sn ys plus a1 Sn minus 1 ys, and so on up to an ys, an here, so an ys. This will give b0s us, b1s us, and so on like this up to bn us. And what we do is we look at the powers of s. So here we have power Sn, here we have power Sn, this is Sn with ys, this is Sn with us. We take these terms together. By taking all these terms of the left, we take the terms containing identical power of s together. So we have Sn ys minus b0 us, Sn minus 1, a1 ys, and b1 us taken together here, and so on. So like this, an minus 1 ys, bn minus 1 s us. they are taken here. And the last one, BNUS and ANYS, they are taken here. So this is the way the transfer function is rearranged after cross multiplication. And now after this, what is done is we take the inverse Laplace transform. So terms containing product of Sn into variable is converted into nth derivative into the variable. So the term like this, s power n ys minus b0 us, will give a term nth derivative yt minus b0 u, n minus 1th derivative a1 yt minus b1 u, and so on. So we get a nth order differential equation which is terms are like this. And in this, now we identify the state variables as x1 is identified as yt minus b0 ut. So this one is identified as x1. Then this one plus x1 dot is identified as x2. This one plus x2 dot will be identified as x3, and so on. This one is identified as xn. So what it gives is that x1 dot, once again I go back, x1 dot is x2 minus this thing, or it is here x1 dot is x2 minus a1 x1 minus a1 b0 ut plus b1 ut. So it comes here minus a1 x1 plus x2 plus b1 minus a0 b1 minus a1 b0 u2 u. Similarly x2 dot etc. up to x minus 1 dot, and xn dot is following from here. It gives minus an x1 plus bn minus an b0 u, and of course the y we identified is from this. This was identified as x1, so we have yt will be equal to x1 plus b0 into u. And if we represent this into the matrix form, then we get this as the A matrix, in which the first column contains the coefficients of the denominator polynomial a1 to an with minus sign, and first n rows, the second column onwards up to the last column, is an identity matrix. And as before, this is 0, however this is along the row. So this matrix, except that the last row has become the first column, is identical to the matrix which was obtained in the first companion form. B matrix of course is different. In B matrix in the first companion form, only the last entry was non-zero and all other entries were 0. Here all entries are non-zero. C matrix is identical, D matrix is B0. So we have represented the general nth order system given by transfer function GS to the state space representation this, where A, B, C and D matrices are given here. Now we will take one example and we will represent it in the first companion form and again in the second companion form. So we have this GS, which is numerator is s plus 1 and denominator is a third order polynomial s cube plus 7s square plus 16s plus 12. So what we do is we will obtain the first companion form, and for this we represent this GS as ys by us. Of course GS is ys by us, and that is represented as ys by zs into zs by us. and in that ys by zs we take the numerator s plus 1, and zs by us we take the denominator s cube plus 7s square plus 16s plus 12, this one, and we proceed. So what we do is, from this we do a cross multiplication and take the inverse Laplace transform. So this gives d cube z plus 7d square z plus 16dz plus 12z will be equal to u. And now we can identify the state variables z as x1, dz as x2, d square z as x3, and that will give, because dz is x2 and dz is also x1 dot, it gives x1 dot equal to x2, and x2 dot will give x3, and x3 dot will come from here. This will be taken on the right. This is x3 dot will be equal to minus 7d square z minus 16dz minus 12z. Z is x1, so minus 12x1. dz is x2, so minus 16x2, and d square z is x3, so minus 7x3 plus u. So the system gets represented by this, and the output equation, of course, because output is ys by zs is s plus 1, so the output will be y will be equal to dz plus z, this inverse Laplace of s, dz and 1 give. So y will be, because dz is x2, so dz is x2 and z is x1, so y is summation of x1 and x2, it doesn't contain x3. So in the matrix form, this is what we get from the given transfer function. This, as it was there in the general example, this part is identity matrix, this part is 0, and this is coefficients of the denominator polynomial. B has 1, only in the last row, remaining 2 zeros. And C, the combination of first two state variables as 1, 1, third one is not there, so 0 times x3 and D is 0. So this is the first companion form representation of the given system. The same system, if we consider to obtain the second companion form representation, then of course it will be done in simple manipulations like this. We cross multiply and then we take the inverse, we rearrange the terms of identical powers, so there is no power of s cube with u, so this we keep alone. Similarly, s square term is not there with u, so we keep this also alone. However, we have sys and sus, we bring them together, so we will have 16ys minus us and s taken out, and the constant without s power 0 term, 12ys and us, they are put together. And now we identify the state variables. So what we will do, okay, before identifying the state variables, we take the inverse Laplace of this. So this s cube ys gives d cube y, d3y, s square ys gives d square y, 7 and 7 is here, and d of 16y minus u, and this term as it is. Now we identify the state variables. So what we do is, x1 is y, x2 is x1 is y, x2 is, we can see x1 dot plus 7y because it is only coming alone, and x3 is x2 dot plus 16y minus u, and this is x3 dot. So we get x1 equal to y, x2 equal to x1 dot plus 7y, x3 equal to x2 dot plus 16y minus u, and from that it follows that x1 dot is x2 minus 7y, and we substitute in place of y x1, so x2 minus 7x1. x2 dot is x3 minus 16y plus u, and we substitute y equal to x1, so minus 16x1 plus x3 plus u. and x3 dot is 12y plus u. x3 dot was coming from here, this one. So it gives minus 12y plus u. In place of y we substitute x1, so minus 12x1 plus u, and y is the state x1 here. So we get these as the state and output equations, and they are represented in matrix form. So we have the coefficients of the denominator polynomial appearing in the first column, this the identity matrix, and this the zero vector, and B is of course not all elements were supposed to be 0, so 2 elements are 1, C is 1 0 0, D is 0. So this is the second companion form representation of the given system. So we will continue in the subsequent part of the lecture.